Um, my bad. I guess before we get started, I guess I ask y'all thoughts on BEB versus Social Proof. And I only ask that because I think with BEB, minus that Negro joint that we started with the first time, I like those more because it's a lot of steps to do. I think with Social Proof, it it's thought provoking, if that makes sense. So like I had a lot of thoughts when I was watching it, and when I got to pick up a pen and write something down, I ain't really had nothing to write. It was just like it was thought provoking. That's it. So I guess, like I said, I just asked y'all thought process on both of those podcasts. You know what I mean?
For me, I think it's too early for me to tell. I think I need to get into a couple more to be able to actually speak to it. But um, so I'll probably wait until next time to be able to let you know.
How you feel, Sean?
I like both of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel uh, like you said with the B, he gives more, I notice he gives more steps as far as like what to do. But I mean, I feel like both of them are informative. Like, so I get something from both of them. You know what I mean? Um, I can't really say one is better than the other. I be leaving up to y'all, like what y'all want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever y'all want to do, I'm cool with it because we're gonna learn something from regardless. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I feel like they're both good platforms.
Okay. Okay. Um, how'd y'all like this one?
Yeah, I like it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Any thoughts off the bat?
For me, there was a portion toward the end where they were talking about your friends
Mm,
supporting your business.
mm,
And it was like you get mad at the 200 people, or you don't get mad at the 200 people that didn't show up to due to your poor marketing skills, but you get mad at that one friend that didn't show up.
yeah.
I was like, okay, that's valid. That's valid. I mean, I'm still going to be a little bit disappointed in the people that I feel like should support you that's within your circle. Like while I'm getting my stuff together, I do want you to support so that when I get big, it's not like you're just trying to go with the crowd and be on me now that I'm big. I want you to support me as I am learning and developing through my business. And so, but I thought that that was valid because it's like you're not mad at the 200 people that didn't show up due to your poor marketing, and you just mad at that one friend that didn't show up to support you. And I was just like, okay,
What
valid.
question I
It's,
thought of when you said that though? What do we call support from our friends though? What is support from our friends? Like do we know what we're looking for when we ask for support from our friends?
Absolutely. I know what I'm looking for because it
Okay.
doesn't have to be financial. It could be a like. Because it's like some posts that you know that you didn't follow the algorithm, you don't have trending music or what have you, but I know my friend's seen it. And so I need you, even if you are not even going to watch it all the way through, I need you to like it. I need you to comment on something because
Okay.
I need that extra push to help. The way the algorithm works is that if no one is liking it, nobody is staying on it, it stays within a certain number of the crowd. So it's like, you see my stuff, you see me posting anything, at least just support me that way. I'm not asking you to buy it. I just need you to support it by liking it. And I do that with all of my friends and my family. They post something, I'm liking it. Because I know that we need that extra push, we need that extra support. And my problem or my failure is that I expect that out of everybody. And it's just like when you don't get it, it's a level of disappointment that you get in as you're trying to grow as well.
I got a question. Has everybody felt that? Like, I know for myself, I have felt that, like, like that. You know what I'm saying? I think I felt it like for me, as if another entrepreneur got something going on, and then they want me to support, and then I throw a hint like, I got a business, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it ain't gotta be like financial, but it could be like just like it or comment, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I found myself feeling that way too. So I did pay attention to that comment too. I was like, okay. I mean, I hear his point, but I agree. Like, I mean, especially the ones who got an entrepreneur, they should know what it feels like to be trying to build something up for nothing. I mean, from nothing and not to get support. But then for me, it's like, oh, you want my support, but you don't want to. You don't want to throw, you know what I'm saying, throw nothing my way. That's where I be. What about you, Shmal? How you feel about that?
Um, I, I, I guess I look at it the whole way you said with the whole 200 because like you said with the whole algorithm, we take for granted that people are seeing our stuff because they following us. Like I get in your sister all the time because she don't like my stories, but she don't watch stories. So sometimes it's simple as that. Like we're doing everything through Instagram and through stories, and you have customers who use Facebook and don't know how to use Instagram, or kids who just use they use TikTok. You know what I mean? So we're
Yeah.
not using everything. We're only using one thing, and we do understand that it is an algorithm, but I don't know if we understand it. We don't know how that algorithm works. Because I keep saying, like, people don't understand, like, if you open up Instagram and you don't push that follow button up in the corner, you're going to see a bunch of randos. If you push that, then maybe you will see your friend's stuff. I got people that will like something with my daughter in it 4 days later. And I know, like, if anybody sees something with my daughter, they gonna like it off GP. But if you don't like it for 4 days, that means you didn't see it to the fourth day. It ain't because you seen it the second time. No, you didn't see it to the fourth day, which means it's the algorithm. So I don't know whether that means we need to post more, we need to do more with hashtags, we need to venture out more, we need to do all three. Like it's like I know what I ain't doing ain't correct. Tell you that much.
So my question again, do you be getting mad at some friends who don't support you?
Not no more.
Oh, okay.
Not no more. Not no more. Because
Mm.
it's to the point where I'm. That's not like you said. That's not what your friend signed up for.
Okay.
Like he's still your nigga. He just don't wear your hoodies, nigga. Like I'm not gonna. And I also look at it and be like, do my nigga know I sell hoodies? Because I learned the hard way that niggas found out that I sold hoodies when all my other niggas started selling shit also. And I was like, oh yeah, you know I had hoodies? Oh, that's my fault. That's not your fault. You didn't know that everything I wear is mine. You didn't know that that person on my hoodie looks like me. Like, that's not your fault. Like, that's all me. You know what I mean? So I can't really get mad at you and say, you know, my friend's not supporting because you ain't you ain't know. Nigga. Like it could be as simple as that. And I think a lot of times with accountability, I be trying to let people off the hook. Because you can't fix it. You know what I mean? Can't change it. But I guess far as the show go, I guess number one, what am I really willing to sacrifice? Y'all wrote anything down or should I jump into mine and get judged or what? What y'all want to do?
I would like to judge you first and then jump into mine.
All right, so I kind of struggle. I kind of struggle with what to sacrifice because I feel like I don't really do a lot. But if I were to sacrifice things, it would be, I guess, a way to find more time. I guess I could slow down with my tree intake, um, sports slash cardio, because that's time I'm out the house. I could be doing that for whatever else. And friends. Like I just wrote down friends dot dot dot. And yeah, I think that holds a lot of weight that I don't really want to touch on. If that makes sense. Like I feel like sometimes you outgrow friends and then just worrying or thinking about friends, certain friends, takes up space. If that makes sense.
So that makes sense. But I also think that it's about what you like and do they fit in that mold of where you're kind of maturing, where you're going. Like sometimes like you'll mature and you'll go and say, okay, now I want to get into investing or I want to, or now I'm really into this element of my life, my free time, less business, more my free time. And then your friends not be about that life. And then they'll start to fall off as you grow. And it's just like they say, friends are there for a season or a reason in a season. So it's some friendships aren't meant to be enduring. And I've lost friends, and we still speak when we see each other, but we don't have that same type of connection because one, they're not. Um, I keep a small circle, but it's also they're not. I grew to a point where I'm not investing myself because I pour into people a whole lot. And when I find that I'm not getting poured back into, it's just like I could save some of that energy and put it towards something else. So I absolutely believe that in that first kind of, how are you designing your house? Like, what's your budget? What are you willing to pay? It's finding what you love and working towards that. And if people don't fall in line with what's in your mind of something that you love and you want to spend your time and you want to invest your money in, then they kind of just fall to the wayside. No harm, no foul, but it's just something that kind of just happens. And you can let it happen naturally. I
Mhm.
feel like you don't really feel bad about it. I don't feel too bad about it. I still have relationships with these people because that's the part. You have acquaintances and you have a close circle, but you know, it's that growth piece. Not everybody's going to be with you for your entire journey.
What about you, Sean? I guess the whole sacrifice conversation.
So I guess when you're talking about the budget part, the amount you're willing to pay for the effects of the size of your house. I think for me, what stood out to me was the decisions you make yesterday to determine the life you're gonna live today. You know what I'm saying? So that
Yeah,
kind of stuck out to me. Like, all right, whatever you're sacrificing right now, whatever you're focusing on right now, is gonna, I guess, in a sense, pay for the lifestyle that you're gonna live in the, you know, near present future. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was key. I like the way he put that. And that was one that stuck out for me, you know.
I
It
like that.
it kind of reminded me of I guess a couple weeks ago the whole survival, comfortable abundance dialogue. You know that? I know Chauncey. I know you was on there for that one, Chauncey. When he's talking
Repeat
about
it again.
whether you want to survive, whether you want to work hard enough and just survive, whether you want to be comfortable, or whether you really want to sacrifice to have abundance, have
Yeah, I do
you know
remember
what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
Like the whole thing he said at the beginning of the show was like, do I really want to sacrifice to be a billionaire right now? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I guess that's especially at this age when it's like being a billionaire, being a millionaire, still shooting at dreams is more time consuming than the time you already use slash I don't want to say waste because that's a tough word, but if you haven't reached your goal yet, well, no, that's even worse. So I just say the time has already been consumed. You know what I mean? To sacrifice more for something that you might not reach and miss out on essential stuff. You know what I mean?
That's when
So
you got kids, man. It's like it
yeah,
changes when you had kids. You like, dang, you like my oldest is gonna be, it's already 14, 4 more years, he's gonna be out the house. So,
yeah,
and something you touched on earlier was saying like, okay, do you enjoy this time period? And then you be like, in 10 years, you go for it. You know what I'm saying? But that's a choice that everybody and their family have to make for themselves. But just spreading light on it and making you think about it consciously, like, hey, whatever you're doing, you're gonna have to sacrifice, and your family is gonna feel whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? So that was pretty cool to like spread light on that. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And also not knocking nobody for whatever choice they do. It's like it's a personal thing between you and God, you know what I'm saying, and your family, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of like that.
He said you can see people who are struggling and are abundant in love. And I was
Yeah.
just like, oh, listen, I mean, it's the choices that you make, it's the things that you give up. There's people who will sacrifice, I don't want to work, I want to see my kids grow up. And
Mm.
so like you don't see the value. Now with me, I focused super hard on like my career for such a long time to kind of get to where we are. But it's just like I sacrificed, well, no, I wouldn't say I would sacrifice a lot because I still found myself doing a lot of the things with the kids, whatever, but I also found myself burnt out. So it was either I was this professional, like work professional, my main gig, and then I was a sports mom, and I was just burnt out between the two. It wasn't, I lost myself someplace in the middle, and I regret losing myself because I stopped doing things that I wanted to do as I kind of, as he talked about 10 years ago, the things that you did 10 years ago dictates how you live in today. And I was just like, that makes sense because I was going hard for my career and I made it where I am today, but I sacrificed a lot of stuff um, in the process. So it definitely hit home. And I'm like, where do I want to go from here now that, all the things are under fire? Where do I want to go from here? And I find myself making different career choices. I feel like, I do want to do like try to find a job. I'm not definitely not going to get paid the way I get paid now working for the church, but I would like to work for a church or a nonprofit to do something more meaningful. But I might not be able to do some of the things that I would traditionally do. But that value, that trade-off is I will sacrifice the money to not sell my soul. You know what I'm saying? So
Um, I guess three was field. Well, I guess location. Three was location.
Yeah.
And I guess that's like
Two. Two
industry.
was
And
location.
two was location.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, excuse me. Um, yeah, okay, yeah. So like industry and field or whatever. And again, that's kind of where I struggle at when it comes to doing this convo when we talk about business, because it's like, duh, talk about how you can, I guess, scale up your shipping business. Like that's the duh part. But then he said like, but I enjoy it. Like just like he said, I enjoy creating content. And that's me in a nutshell. I enjoy creating content. I enjoy being part of a or the culture, if that makes sense. So it's
Being part of what?
a/the culture. Like I enjoy being part
Oh,
of
okay.
the culture. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like I do a lot of stuff with flag football. So I'm part
Okay.
of a culture. You know what I mean? When it comes to clothing, I'm part of another culture. You know what I mean? So like I said, that's I guess that's the location. I guess that'd be my answer for location. Do y'all have answers for your location? Y'all kind of know what y'all want to do when it comes to, because I guess this whole convo is more about second or third income becoming income slash legacy, or I guess I can answer that out of a nutshell. What are these meetups about? I know we just want to build, but what are we trying to build to?
I feel like it leads back to the conversation that I was on the first one. It is being strategic, being able to communicate what your vision is. And if you are unable to communicate your vision, what's in your head and out your mouth to anybody else, then you are not going to be successful and then be able to put the hard work in to make sure that you can clearly articulate those things. And I think that a lot of us fall short because it's like there's so many things that we want to do, but we don't necessarily have the answers for it right now. And that's where we start to fall short because trying to find the answers, trying to find the resources or the mentors to kind of help us get there, it's very far and few between. Is it few and far between or far and few between? Either way, uh, trying to find those things. Like for me, like I know my niche, but it's like you can't do all of the things. So like, where do you start? Do you start with the marketing piece? Do you start with the micro influencers to get brand awareness? Um, you know, at one
Ooh,
point,
sorry,
go
well,
ahead,
not to cut you off, but I always cut you off. My boy Chase, he reposted one of your joints, and I meant to ask you, do you know about street meets or street shoots or anything like that, Maurice? So he's been going to them because he just started his clothing line. He's been going to them, and it's just a situation where there are models there, and there are cameramen there, and there's businesses. So you're just building. Like if somebody's there, like Chase, like he had a photo shoot there basically. He had a photo shoot. He took people there. He had his own camera. Somebody else had a camera. He linked with them. They sent his pictures. He had models there that took their pictures. I send you the link because a lot of them in DC. So I send you the link to the one that he's been going to recently. But that made me, like I said, that made me think of that. Like I said, I didn't mean to cut you
I
off.
think
What
I
company was this?
love that.
I'm sorry. What company was this?
I didn't. It's not a company. It's just a thing. It's a photo shoot. I think they call them street meets.
No, what's his name of his company? Because
Oh
I
my
think I seen the video where you liked his or you shared his.
Opulence Noir.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what.
it's
Yeah,
Opulence Noir.
yeah, I
Yeah,
saw that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, but that like all them clips came from this street meet, this photo shoot thing that he went to. And like I said, like, and that's the type of thing I mean, like when it comes to like sacrifice and time and stuff like that. Like to reach goals that you want to get to, you got to be at places like that. You know what I mean? But then it goes back to what you said was strategic. Like you got to be strategic with that to make sure you get the most out of it when you do go. You know what I mean? You can't just be like, oh, I got we're not doing it this week. I'm just going out here. No, like you need to go. Oh, I got an off weekend this week. I'm going here with all this, and this is my plan.
Or be intimidated to talk to people and then be there and be meek and not be able to kind of jump in and get your money, the bang for your buck, because there's an opportunity there, but you can completely fuck up an opportunity going there being, not wanting to talk to anybody or being shy or timid or what have you. The people who are the harassers are the ones that get the coin. So I don't
Squeaky
like
wheel.
being a harasser though. I'm like, oh, you don't want it? Nah, all right, whatever.
I'm the same way.
We went to we had um a vending event, right? But we're tall girl clothing. So it was like not a lot of tall people out there, but when we did see a couple tall people walk by, and it was this, I will never forget this, but it was just like it was a tall girl walking by. And I tried to, get her to come to the table. Now, mind you, I don't typically like get out of my shell and just kind of walk over to people and talk to people, but I did to this young lady, and she acted like I was a dude trying to holler at her, and I wanted to be like, well, fuck you then. Like, and you wearing high water, so you need to come see me. But it's getting out of your shell, allowing,
And you wearing high
and
waters.
you wearing high waters, and you wearing high waters. You need to
Oh,
talk to me because I got
oh.
a solution.
You need help. Come
She's like,
here.
nah, I'm okay. I'm good. You're not good because you got high waters on. So come see me.
Urkel.
So yeah, it'd be those words. And it's just like, I don't and then I'd be like, I'm not talking to no, if they want, they'll come, but I can't keep that mindset. I have to keep branching out and allowing those no's to just kind of fall off your shoulder and just move on to the next opportunity. Because if I allow them to change the way that I operate, I'm not going to get any opportunities going forward. So, there are those couple ones that I have to just kind of shake off and be like, all right, well, stay wearing high waters. But
I think they go with the next one was what was the third one? Because I was about to jump to the fourth one, which I think was articulation.
Style of home or style.
Yeah.
Architect, what happened?
Style of home or either style.
Oh, lifestyle. Which one's your lifestyle to be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also
Uh-huh.
with the architect in there, like you have to consult
Yeah.
the architect.
Okay. Yeah. I like that. I like that how he was like the content. I mean, the convo with your creator, and if you're one of those people that need to talk to yourself also. 'Cause I
Yeah.
think that goes with self-esteem, self-confidence. If you don't believe in yourself, and they kind of lean into the next one, which I think was articulation. If you can articulate, like you said at the beginning of this, Lowry, you said you can't articulate what it is you do, then you can't. What do you know? What I mean, you can't go to the next step.
Yeah. If you can't do that elevator pitch to whoever's standing in the room, then you lose them. You got what I forget what they say, how many seconds you have to capture someone's attention, to have them either like what you're saying or they dismiss you.
Mhm.
And you have to be able to give them that elevator pitch. The time it takes for them to get from one floor to the next, and then be able to have your whole entire concept will make you be either memorable or someone they're going to forget as soon as they walk out the door.
And I'm
So
pretty sure it's shorter now. Because people's attention span,
is as TikTok,
yes, like
wipe away, like capture my attention or go away.
by the time I push this button, you better got my attention.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
What's your thoughts, Sean?
I think so which one we on? We on you need style of home, but then you need to brief your architect.
Well, I guess anything you have for the last two ones.
Oh, okay. Uh I like the architect thing.
What about
Like
what he said
almost
about Farrakhan?
like huh?
What about what he said about Farrakhan?
I I don't know if I got that part.
When
Did
he
you
said,
disagree with you? I like it. What you mean?
Huh? I
no, I
didn't see
like
it.
it.
I ain't gonna lie. I listened to Jay right before I came on to Jay, so I kind of like was like, "Zzz, all right, I got like 30 minutes. All right, you know what I'm saying? So that might have been the part where I got the outline, you know what I'm saying? You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But
I mean,
y'all like the students in the class that call me on my stuff, like, oh, you ain't read it. Teacher he ain't read
the
it.
person got to you like, all right, man. But just like he asked, what are some of y'all favorite orators, or he said, motivational speakers, or avenues to get motivated? Like, what are some of your favorites? Who? You got avenue?
Right now, like I be listening to like I told you, Myron Golden. Like I like him. As far as the business aspect, he pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I like the way he break down this, the business industry. You know what I'm saying? So I think Myron Golden. I'm trying to think who else. Orator wise, I don't know. I guess that's the only person, you know what I'm saying, that I'm thinking of that just comes to mind. I know it's somebody else, but I just can't think of it. What about y'all?
I couldn't think of one when he said it in the podcast, and I knew you was going to say that, and I can't think of one now.
Oh, my
But
bad.
but what I did when he was talking about, he asked the question is was Martin Luther King confused about his vision? And I always just with me, I play devil's advocate, and I was just like he was very articulate, just like he said with how Farrakhan speaks. He was like he could be in a suit on a summer day in an argument, but you are absolutely going to get his message and how he articulates his information. And I said the same thing with Martin Luther King, how he can articulate his message. But as soon as he said, was he confused about anything? And I was just like, well, I don't know what this man, because I think about myself, like before I speak in front of a crowd or before I speak to any kind of thing, there's some things that I'm like, I'm going over in my head that, what do I want to articulate? What do I want people to understand? And what do I want to make sure that I am keen on? I was like, there's probably some things that he was like, I don't want to say that, but I'm gonna say these things. So I was like, in the preparation phase, behind the scenes, they're probably confused about some things that they iron out, but the messaging is always wholesome and not wholesome, like it's great, but like clear. The receiver is getting the information, just like with Farrakhan, the receiver is going to get the information. I think we all fight to make sure that um, whenever we're speaking to an audience on a platform or whatever, that that whatever we're trying to communicate is clear. I think some people are better than others, and I think that's why we keep trying to make sure that we are doing it more frequently. I've had conversations with I just recently had, I show y'all a picture, you laugh at it, but I went to a women's convention in DC and TikTok was there, a bunch of like bank CEOs were there, and it was like you had to do those elevator pitches and you had to do these speeches or what have you. And it was like it was one conversation I had that I knew I fucked it up. And I was just like, all right, I'm gonna do better with the next one. But it's just like you have to kind of be able to pivot and I don't know. I think that I kind of lost where I was going with that, but
I
I
mean,
think
that's how you improve. That's how you improve on it and get the confidence. Like you
yeah.
said, okay, I messed up here. I'm gonna switch it up on the next one. Hurry up and get to the next one. I think that's more about what it is. Hurry up and get to the next one. Because if you just sit there and think about how you fucked up, you
Oh
might not.
my God.
Especially if you by yourself and you ain't got anybody to laugh it off with, and you sit there sulking by yourself like that felt dumb. Like you ain't got anybody to like, yeah, you did look dumb. You ain't got anybody to say that to you to like cool you down or whatever. Yeah, you'll get your feelings.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely am a one. I shake things off. Like they don't know me from Adam. So
Mhm.
yeah, I might have said something ridiculous there, but I'm not really going to see. They're not going to think about me twice. They might think about me because I was towering over them. But other than that piece, that's one thing about being unforgettable from a physical standpoint, is that they might remember me because of something I said just because of my presence. So
Hey,
Uh,
we all sell like, clothing, you know what I'm saying? Like somewhat. Like when y'all do booths, do y'all got y'all like, I don't know, man. Like I
nope.
I, I feel like he's a nope. I be feeling awkward as I don't know what. I be like, man, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't know. And
yeah,
it's hard for me to, you know what I'm saying, like I don't know, articulate trying to get them to come over here. Like, we're not trying to get them to come over here, but just having that selling pitch. You know what I mean? I feel
I,
like in my mind, I be feeling like, dang, they don't want it, then they don't want it. You know what I mean? But I haven't gotten mastered that. Like, just like hats off to them dudes that be cleaning people's shoes. Like,
Them
how
niggas.
many no's you got to go through? Like, I'd be like, man, now I respect them because I'm like, man, that's a hard grind right there.
I mean, I be saying no, and I be needing my shoes clean, dog. I be feeling bad too. Like that. I should
Joe's
have popped
got
this
me
time,
too. It'd
man.
be dirt all on him. Like,
like
nah,
your
that's my
dirty
phone.
ass shoes, like your high waters. Like you're talking about
Be that girl with the high waters off. Get
Dude,
dirty ass shoes.
But yo, look at this. I don't know if y'all can see this,
Okay, yeah, y'all tall.
but look how
oh, yeah.
short that. So look, this is the lady from TikTok. That's one of the ladies we talked to. I didn't screw that one up, but
Okay.
another lady was another photographer. But we literally were a foot over most people in that space. So you screw up a conversation, they gonna remember you a little bit. But I still am gonna brush it off.
But yeah, being in them circles and having to have them conversations over and over again, that's what it takes. Cause like
Yeah.
when you asked me that question, I was like, shit, I only had like 4 or 5 booths. You know what I mean? So I ain't even really got no practice. So to know what to say, like, which I'm formulating what I'm gonna say as I see what shirt you're looking at. You know what I mean? Like I think that's what my process would be. Instead of, what's up, man? Once I learn that, once I learn you just start a conversation, I think we really I understand you're trying to sell your business, but you gotta act like you're talking to a person sometimes.
Yeah,
You can't turn them into a customer immediately.
yeah,
And I learned that through one of my young homeboys playing football. Because I would send a text out to everybody on the team. And I send them individually, but I send the same joint. You know what I mean? And long story short, one of my dudes, I like, why you never reply? It's like, nigga, you won't really talking to me. Like, and if I was sensitive as I am, I would have been offended by that. You know what I mean? Like you know what the fuck I'm texting you for, niggas, you coming or not? But it's like, bro, you just like, I'd be there if I be there. It's like a brush off type situation. You know what I mean? Because I think about like when I text them for something else, I still gave out bland text. So when I started just putting the name on it actually does something. You know what I mean? Like, because with a preview, you're going to see your name instead of the beginning of a sales pitch, if that makes
yeah.
sense. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. That's just me
It
rambling.
almost like asking somebody to marry you, and you just met them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel
That's a
like
hell of a
I like
jump.
what you
Yeah.
said. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got to be almost not pressed about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, almost like you're just talking to somebody. Because if it comes off salesy, people just like they already it's like they don't want to have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But if you like, you buy it, you don't. You know what I'm saying? And that's something I need to like kind of like conquer, just being able to be like, people like people persons, or what is it called, people like whatever, they really good with that. They know how to just spark up a conversation, and then the conversation is what gets people to be like, all right, let me check out what he got going on. You know what I'm saying? Because they enjoy the conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like it won't like, hey, I'm just another person that he just trying to, you know what I'm saying, sell
Get in
something
my
to.
pockets, right? Get in my
Yeah,
pocket.
you know what I'm saying? Like not he care about me, but like, oh yeah, like, oh yeah, oh you from such and such, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta
That's
get
funny.
better at small talk.
That's funny because that's me. I spot combo with anybody, but I guess I won't close the sale. Like, all right, man, just walk off. Like, damn, I was selling a nigga hoodie. Like, I just carry on the conversation with a stranger and walked off. And it's funny
I
because
also felt
the combo will start off because he knows my hoodie. Like, oh, I like your hoodie. Like, all right, yeah, blah, blah, blah. We just talk about shit. Like, damn, I ain't even tell this nigga his mind. Like, that's just, so it's more about when you know what you want, it's front of mind and you won't miss opportunities, so to say. You know what I mean? When opportunities show, like I was talking about luck, but you gotta be prepared when that luck is there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? When it's your chance, what you gonna do with it? You know what
yeah.
I mean? Yeah, I didn't get to 5 since we telling ourselves. I didn't get to 5.
Was there five? I thought there
I don't
was.
know. I thought it was 5. I stopped at
Yeah,
articulation. When you're talking about
we are
articulation,
the we are not the architect. So that was 5, I think. I
we
just
were not
did
the
like with the
architects.
clips, like he had them, you know what I'm saying? Are they called thumbnails or whatever? Like the little when you go between
Or the
them.
chapters, yeah, at the bottom.
Yeah, I just went at first, like after 3, I just started going to those
Okay.
and then finding what he was talking about in between.
Okay. Yeah, it's like I listened to it on the podcast the first time, and then when I'm about to write notes before we go on, I watch the video. So I see what you be talking about with the commercial because it's different when you just hear them compared to seeing them, Laurice. Like it's like, all right,
Oh,
bro,
okay,
like
because I wanted to kill myself again because it was like 15 commercials, like just voice commercials back to back, and I was just like, oh, he about to start talking about it again. Nah, he trying to sell me a goddamn life insurance.
tap 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 tap. It's like
I hate
4 minutes of
ads,
commercial.
man.
But I couldn't do it. So like when you send them, Shamal, like I can play it in the chat, like it'll
Uh-huh.
play. But like if I click it, it won't take me directly to that one. It'll take me to the bunch of them, and I can't find them. That's why I asked about the episode.
Oh, okay.
Because I
I
was
didn't know
like,
that.
so then I can't fast forward through it. So I got to sit through 15 minutes of him talking, trying to sell me look his
Okay,
my pockets.
okay,
So
that's good to know. It's funny because I don't be getting. That's one thing I don't like about my friends when it comes to the whole support part. I don't get good feedback.
Okay.
So I've been sending out stuff like this for years, and I've never known that. Nah, nigga, just send me to that nigga page. Which one did you want me to watch or any of that type of shit? Like that's just me complaining about my friends, I guess. But yeah, you learn something new every day. You know what I mean? You're gonna do something with it, or you're gonna complain about it. Like I've learned about how trash my communication skills are. So I'll try to figure out because I say this very humbly. So I'm trying to figure out ways to be better communicators because even as trash as a communicator I am, people still fuck with me. So it's like, all right, I gotta figure out a way to close deals and be able to put out my message more. Because if they fuck with me, they'll probably fuck with what I do. So not to say monetize that, but make some money off that, which will monetize me. But y'all get my drift.
But I think even with the whole people that you're close with, I mean, I would think more from because it's like your friends will talk to you about your business. A stranger, like I got strangers that will meet me in person and act like fans. Not I'm not and it's not fan in a bad way, but like, oh my gosh, I see you on Instagram. I came here because I wanted to meet you and da 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 da. And I follow and I like all your stuff and da 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 da. I get that from people I don't know versus the people that I went to school with. Like, please, like I was just like, even if it's the non-support piece, like the non like I don't want your money piece. I just need your support in getting visible. And I don't think people know the power of just supporting your friend's passion, their dreams, the feeling that it comes from for that person. Like, to get to have your family on there supporting you, to have your people. I remember it was a time when Nelson wouldn't like my stuff, and he brought home somebody else's shit, and I was like, nigga, I know. I gotta buy this because I gotta support what I'm going to kill you because I don't see you say nothing underneath mine. You coming home with a shirt? Like, did you just like somebody else's
say
business?
that again. You said nigga. Oh, snap.
Like,
It is funny because I think that's a black community problem that we just don't understand. Like our shit don't work because we don't support our
that
own
part.
just because. Like
Mm,
we should support our own just because.
yep,
But because we don't do that, shit don't work.
right,
Yeah.
right.
It's crazy. Like everything, it seems like everything wrong with the black community is common sense, but we don't understand that it took centuries for them to come up with a plan to keep us down. You know what I mean? I don't know. I ain't mean to turn into that, but
I felt like that about my dad. My dad was like, "Yeah, I went to this art show. We were drinking wine, and I bought a painting." I was like, "Dad, I sell paintings, right? That's what I do." You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you can't buy one from me. Like, you know, you know what I mean?
that's what I do. I'm a painter.
Pick up the lighter. I'm about to set the
Yeah, like that's my whole
fire. Like,
business model. Like, you know what I mean? I bought this painting from, you know what I'm saying? It was a good painting. I was like, all right, okay.
yep.
See it now, I'm good.
Like, dang.
Oh man. What's anything planned for either one of y'all? I guess Laurice a venue table or Chauncey the same thing? A pop-up or something? Anything planned for y'all? I guess
Every
with the clothing line
year,
in the art.
every year I go to Texas and
Okay.
do the Tall Girl pop-up shop TJL collection.
Mhm.
She has a pop-up shop every year, and every year it grows, and it's so fascinating to kind of see the growth, and like more and more people come every year. And then it's funny because we're starting to make waves like this. That women's conference that we went to had TikTok there, and so trying to, like, one of the things initiatives that she's trying to make is so that when you go to TikTok shop, you can do plus size and you can do like men and women, but you can't do tall. So
Mm.
like just adding that filter in there, she's trying to really articulate. There's a huge community out there to show them that there's a tall community so that tall influencers can use it, and that works well for tall brands. So trying to get TikTok to come to that event so they can see the sea of women that I feel super average in the room. And I'm like, I don't like it because I'm a heightist. I like being the
Right.
tallest person in the room, but I'm absolutely not the tallest person in that room. I'm very average, and that is not something I like to say. But there are women in there who are 6'6". There's a woman in there who was 6'9". And it's like a competition because everybody got heels on. So it's like everybody want to be taller than everybody else. But that's something that we prepare our business for every year. Make sure that there's new something new that we're dropping, that we're bringing to the event, that we get on all of our respective platforms to let women know that, come here and shop multiple different brands that are going to be there. You can come home with like an experience that you've never had before. So just the meeting tall influencers, meeting tall brands, being able to shop in a mall setting, kind of like a mall setting at different stores, and things fit your body that we've never had before. And it just grows every year. So I'm super excited about doing that every year. We're going to be there every year.
Okay. Okay. What about you, Sean? I guess another mirror on the way, or a pop up or an event. You gonna have a table at?
I've been petitioning this restaurant, um, and I'm gonna go back this weekend to try to seal the deal. I got that going on, and then I got my second gallery showing. I gotta deliver this painting, that lion painting.
Mhm.
This museum in Ontario chose me for art gallery.
That is
So
dope.
so yeah, I appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah.
So I got that going on, and I need to sign up for some more like this thing called Third Saturdays. So
Mm.
I probably need to do that again.
What's that like? Is that the one with
That's the one where I
art?
sold my last painting, the female painting. I used to do that, but it was cold. So I haven't been back in a minute. So kind of waiting till like maybe it's about to be April. So I'm gonna probably do it this month. And just pop up, you know what I'm saying? I might do a gallery showing in there, submit my gallery showing for them too.
Okay,
But that's about it for right now.
that's dope. That's dope.
Mm.
That's dope.
What about you?
Um, I ain't really got nothing planned. Um, Chase want to do a collab, and I don't even really know what that means, but I want to pull up on him and have a conversation just to figure it out. Because Chase has always been a forward thinking person, if that's the correct way to phrase it. So I'm curious, and I've prolonged conversation with him too long for no apparent reason. You know what I mean? I guess just schedules or whatever. So I'm just, even if it don't work out, I'm just curious to pick somebody's brain that's always thinking about what's new. But like I said, he said somebody else that he was trying to collab with really won't feel it or whatever. So like I said, I really don't know what the collab would be because we kind of on two different things, but we both on blackity black. I'm like black, y'all. So I'm pretty sure we can figure something out. You know what I mean? But I guess that's about it.
This ain't him right here.
Nah, nah, that's Pittsburgh Gene. That's a nigga. Nah, yeah, that's my nigga Pittsburgh Gene. That's about it.
Okay.
What
Yeah.
about the Richmond night market? You don't look at getting booths and tables there? Those night markets be I don't think they're that expensive, and you can get a table, and it's like the night is. I went to one, and I stayed at my girl Brenda's house. I was in Richmond, and that was pretty dope. I mean, we, at that point we had candles, so we, did pretty well there. But I think they do it like all summer long, I believe. You should look into getting a booth there and really start looking at where they have booths and just getting out there and having kind of like for my taller than your daddy stuff, like I'll get a whole bunch. And those like the hats and stuff, they go those quick grabs. People buy those real easy. So just like getting out there, having your stickers, having your business cards, having like the small wins with like hats and like Scullies and stuff. People grab those just by virtue of the conversation. You know, you'll be able to chat people up, and they'll grab a hat from the table, and so definitely start looking into like the Richmond night market.
That's why I go back to the whole conversation. Like, what do I really want to do? Because like with the clothing, it's always in spurts, and the spurts are always because of me because I tried and then it worked out. So I don't know why I don't do it even more. But
Right.
I don't know because it kind of go back to time. Like I said, to be able to go to these, I know about a lot of I know about a lot of events because I know a lot of people. So I know about events I could go to, but it's like I'm not going on the weekend. I'm not going on Saturday because I'm not missing free track meet. You know what I mean? Um, and then the athlete in me, if Pre ain't gonna track me, shit, nigga, I want to play football myself. So it goes back to like, what do you want to sacrifice? What do you want to get? You know what I mean? Because so that's why my thought process is more about scaling up my trucking business,
Okay.
opposed to the scaling up my trucking business and seeing what I can do with being in front of the flag football media thing that's going on. Like flag football is getting big. I've happened to stumble on something that's growing. If I can put in like time and really try to do this, I know I can do something with it. Then it goes back to, okay, what is that something you want to do with it? I don't know because I just enjoy making content. To enjoy making content, you got to find a way to be able to make money off of it so it doesn't take away from something else. So like those are the steps or the questions I'm trying to answer. You know what I mean? It's like, shit, nigga, your clothing is a way to make money through your media. So it's like, mix all that shit together. You know what I mean? So I don't know. And then your truck can take it there. So, you know, I don't know.
Okay. So
Yeah.
I think that you've moved to, I think, to making a decision, because last time you were trying to figure out which one you wanted to kind of invest more of your time into. Um, okay. I can definitely see, because I mean there's a lot of money that can be made in transport. In I just saw medical transport. Did you start looking into that? Because I heard medical transport is starting to get real big. Um,
At the same time, it's funny because I listen to a lot of podcasts with people from the truck industry, and they're talking about the gig apps, and they're talking about how computerized everything is getting.
mhm.
And then they talk about how the prices of everything goes down. It's just like a lot of competition, if that makes sense. So it's like, I don't know. You just sound like excuses. Don't mind.
There's going to be a lot of competition now because people are going to move from, I mean, there's an influx of people out of jobs now, an influx. So everyone is going to try to say, okay, what can I do? What can I find my passion? Like what do I like to do? What can I do to be my own boss? What can I do to work from home now? So there's going to be an influx, but it's the who hustles hardest is going to be the new name of the game, because I think people are fed up. What we're not doing is protesting in these streets now so they can enact some things. We're gonna find a way to make this money so that we can you
Thank you.
know, because they're gonna try they're trying to kind of stop us from making money. And we just got to figure out ways of getting after it now. And being strategic about it. And I think definitely with the last two podcasts that we're listening to, we can't just go out there and think that it's going to work for ourselves. I made this. I mean, when I first started the business, that's where I failed, because I was like, oh, I got something dope. Put it in Shopify. Let's let people buy it. And it was just like,
Either motherfuckers don't know about it or they don't want it. One or the other.
right. Oh, I actually got to do marketing. Oh my goodness. Like,
Shit, yeah, yeah.
learn a lot of things the hard way and waste a lot of money by the things that you don't know. So I try to waste a limited amount of money.
Do either one of y'all use Facebook marketing and Instagram marketing? And y'all pay
I
for
said I was
well, not
gonna
likes,
do it.
but pay for the stuff like that?
I said every time I do a like a
Boost?
video and it go like one of the ones did real good, but it said it was like on Instagram, it was like it was poor quality. So it was like I couldn't post it. And then I was like, man, Dad, for $5 a day, maybe I should try it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I know Instagram, I see most of the time on Instagram they'll post it. Like if you boost it, you could do it. But I'm thinking about it, man. I'm like, why not try it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm all, you know what I'm saying? I'm already using it. And then they already telling me like, all right, it ain't gonna be but so much. Like, let's try it out. And I want to get more, be visibly to more people. So I mean, that's a good way to do it. So I think about trying it, but I haven't done it yet though.
So I've
Have
done
you?
it.
Oh, you done
Mhm. I've done it, and you can't it for Meta, so Facebook and Instagram, pretty much the business suite, same platform that will put your ad out there. I feel like it's beneficial. You have to just be strategic as to what the content is. If it's something stupid, you're going to get views, but you're not going to get a return on your investment. You're not going to get people paying for things, depending upon what you're trying to achieve. It could be website views, it could be just Instagram page visits, awareness. For me, it's store views or people to visit my store so that they could, shop. But it opens it up to different demographics, and that's when you're going to start to run different tests. But like, you could pay some. I have other people who run businesses that pay someone to be their ads manager, and they'll run tests and say, okay, this is the group of people that we were able to test on that showed the most benefit. So there are absolutely benefits to running ads. You just got to make sure that you are strategic about what content you're putting out to pull whatever you want it to be. Because it could be like, for your art, it could be just visits to your page so more people can see your work. People can know you. For me, it's I want people to go to my store, and I can capture them with my store, with the pop-ups, with the all those other things that you have to do to hold somebody's attention. Because the whole definition of a funnel is you have a whole group of people here, then they trickle down and say, okay, there's some people who are going to like these things. There's some people that's going to start looking at, the different deals you have. And then it's like a smaller group of people who are actually going to make it to their cart to actually check out. But I definitely say that the ads work. It's just, for
it?
me, it's making sure that they are strategic ads that's going to capture someone's attention and not waste my time or somebody else's time.
And how do you do that? Like you just like you don't pay anybody. You make them yourself. You make your ads yourself, or you pay
Yeah, you
some.
can
Oh,
turn any of your posts into ads.
Yeah.
okay.
Turn any
Just
of your
push the boost button.
Yeah,
I mean, tell you, push the boost button and just like I said, run test yourself to see what works. It's only like $5, $3,
I know.
and just
Yeah.
push the buttons and see like get the demographic. Cause I think you got demographics that have men, women, have locations, has a whole bunch of different options. Just go. I mean, and I think once you do that, it'll make you start thinking, oh shit, who do I want to reach? Where do I
Yeah.
want to reach? Like that's the
Yeah.
type of questions that'll make you answer. And that'll
So
probably help
run
out.
two of them side by side so you can see, what area. Because, like, for tall girls, there's a lot of tall girls in DC. There's a lot of tall girls in Texas. There's a lot
Yeah.
of tall girls in different areas that I've seen from ads. So, like, okay, this ad yielded a lot of return on my investment. A lot of orders came in from this particular pocket. That's where I want to keep pushing my ad to, so that they're seeing it and they're shopping from it. So you want to like run two and say, okay, well, I got 50 site visits from this ad, but on this same ad, so it's something that you can compare it to. The same ad I had to a larger scale, or I ran it abroad, and I got 2,000 people that visited my brand. So I'm going to start focusing now. Now I have a true test. I can start focusing my efforts to that demographic.
Do you Laurice, do you see more of a difference with hashtags or with the reels? I mean with
Also
the
trying to
ads.
figure
Huh?
out tags and all
You
that.
gave up?
What I will tell you is there is definitely a difference between, I think we talked about it a little bit on the last one, between Meta's scope and view of influence and TikTok's view of influence. So like I'm showing that if you set up a TikTok shop, they have so many things that will help you grow. Like
Oh, really?
it's I just now got my shop approved. Now I go in there, it's like, you know, speed up sales by doing this, and you can offer this coupon. They'll give you coupons to offer. It doesn't take it from your money, it goes from their money. They
Mm.
want you to use, they have a group of micro influencers that you can send stuff to. Like it's different than Meta. Meta has when you if you just do traditional posting in Facebook or Instagram, it feeds it to the same kind of group of people until something starts to pick up, or you're using trending music and someone is trying to look from that music. I'm not 100% how to get the algorithm to kind of go, but I'm old, so I feel like I stick with what I know, and I've learned Instagram. I hate Facebook, even though they're run on the same platform. I like Instagram because I know it, but I'm trying to be more into TikTok because it seems to grow your content to other
I love
audience
those.
pockets and stuff, and then it starts to expose you to more. You're more likely to go viral on TikTok than you are on Instagram. Instagram kind of just exposes you to kind of like the same caliber, the same people. TikTok will expose you to more people. The more people that like it, they'll expose you to more. So
I'll be on TikTok all night with my store fucking with you. Watch.
listen,
I'm about to
Man, she
open
got my
up.
head going too. I'm like, dang, I
Hell
need to be
yes.
messing with TikTok because I be posting stuff like, dang,
I
man.
just be over there
Like,
scrolling.
huh?
I just be over TikTok scrolling. I need to be because I've used Instagram more because, like you said, I know how to use Instagram. So when it
Uh-huh.
comes to selling, like if I got a new hoodie, I'll put it on Instagram. I'll put the right hashtags. I might do a ad because I know how to, and I can link it to Facebook, and I know a couple people see it. I can link it to TikTok. I probably won't do anything with it. And it's funny because if you look at how many, if you look at the video, if you put a video up on TikTok, it'll just look at the corner and tell me likes you like. I mean, not likes. How many people that watched it? I'm like, damn, that's a lot. Like, I didn't think, like, just a regular old just video I had on TikTok just was a good amount of likes. I mean, not likes, good amount of views out of nowhere. So it's like, I guess it's like you said, just to the random people. I guess TikTok is bigger. I guess more random people use TikTok than Instagram. Maybe that's
I
what.
feel like they don't have the all them. I feel like Instagram and Facebook be trying to like they change the algorithm so much that like once you find out how to do it, they didn't change it up. Whereas TikTok probably hasn't done that yet. And
and
that's
they
what I
make you feel like you have to pay for an ad to get exposure.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Like, I need to spend money. Where when you go over to TikTok, it's like I don't necessarily have to spend money because now I can do my content. I can have my shop linked to my content, and people can buy. People will buy just from your post and be like, "I'm gonna buy it from their TikTok shop." And this is the thing that kids are doing these days. It's like, "Oh, that's dope. Oh, I see a bunch of people talking about that. I'm gonna buy it right here." But I think the problem with me is like what I just what I just found out is that you have to set up your TikTok, your actual shop. It's different from your store. So it's an actual shop that you have to set up.
You have a
And
shop on TikTok and it can link to your Shopify.
yeah, there's integration to Shopify, but the way that it's viewed, you have to make sure your products are being integrated into that shop and that it's getting all the information. So
You going to do a separate instructional course like and teach me and Shamal how to do this because
I'm in there.
I mean
Yeah, maybe not.
my head's starting to like all right yeah
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
ready to
hyped.
do
I'm
this
hyped.
yeah
I'm hyped. I'm
you
on my
stuck
phone
to the
like,
joint
how
like
do I do it?
yo let me get some paper like yo let me figure out how to do this
But yeah, next time, maybe next week we can have I guess the last 30 minutes we can do a little Shopify crash course or whatever.
yeah.
All right. Anything y'all wanna like I said, the dude from BEB, he said he'll try to do a one on business plan within the next 2 weeks. So and like I said, I think I want the business plan so I can kind of get some kind of direction myself. I guess selfishly, you know what I mean. Like I said, the business model joint that Myron Golden had, it was just I was so gun ho on needing a business plan convo, if that makes sense. So that's
Um,
go
that's,
ahead.
is there anyone that so just with the way or direction that a lot of like AI is going, do you hear anybody like any podcast that speaks to kind of like AI and kind of AI and building your business and um how you can leverage AI to kind of fortify your foundation of your business?
Um, I say with the podcast that I listen to with business, a lot of business podcasts I listen to will just insert from a speech or something like that, if that makes sense. So a
Yeah.
lot of times I hear them talk about don't being scared of AI, learn how to use it. When it
Yeah.
comes to like people giving actual steps of how to use AI, nah, if Jay Jones hasn't touched on it, I haven't really got any other people that really give like instructions. If
But
that
not necessarily how, I mean, I think it's more or less like, because right now it's where everybody is moving. I think it's going to take a lot of jobs right now,
makes
but also like we had talked about it, uh, it was a while ago because it was when y'all had came up here, just talked about the advantages that they have as you use it in your business. And this is like some things you don't want to, like, I got a dope concept. I don't know what to put for the caption, but let me just explain what's going on and let me have AI write it for me.
yeah.
Like it's a time saver. As you start to use some of these AI tools, they learn your brand voice, right? They'll learn your brand voice. So when it comes down to now that you have an understanding of what I do, help me write my business plan.
Oh,
It
okay, I
will
got you.
spit it out and you can tweak it.
I
And
got
it's learned from you already. It is insane. It is
No, I mean, I'm sitting there cheesing like this because, like, for the last 3 weeks, I do the interview shows. I go to, I'm like, yo, I have a podcast about this. These are three of the questions that I usually ask. Give me some suggestions. And then I see somewhere they be like, okay, memory note. So I see what you're saying, like, far as like, and my dumb ass, I be sitting there being polite, like, please, and all that type of shit, using manners and shit,
You need to use manners
Because
because
it
at
seems like,
some point they're
because I
gonna
don't want to
come
be on
and
the
get
wrong
it.
side.
They're not getting the ones that use the manners. Look,
I don't want to be on the wrong side of AI. I be here being polite.
please write this in my brand's voice using. You just have to put your parameters in there.
Yes, it do wonder. And like I said, but it go back to making your brain think also though. You know, because like you say, after they give you that, you still got a message so it sounds like you. But it made you think about, oh shit, I do want, damn, I do want that. You know what I mean? So, but no, the business plan, John, yeah, that's good. 'Cause like I said, that chat, they know me now, so I probably can ask like, yo, all these questions I asked you, what you think I should be doing? They probably fuck around and real talk.
Say, please give me a business strategy based on my brand's voice and see what it spits out. The parameters and the level. So AI, people think there's two schools of thought. There's people who think that AI is cheating, that it's not something that's original to you, and then there's people that saying, I'm going to work smarter because the information that I'm feeding into it comes from me. It's just going to spark the ingenuity. I use it for you can say something to the effect of, I am stuck. You can literally say, I am stuck. Please give me 15 days of content for an Instagram post with hashtags in my brand's voice. And it will give you 15 days. I switched it because I'm just now I didn't post any videos on TikTok because I have not figured out what I want to do. But I switched it and said, I'm new to TikTok. What are 15 videos that I should post in my brand's voice over the next 15 days? And it gave me do a video just walking outside, do an outfit of the day, do it this. This is what you're going to say. It gave me the script, the things that you're going to say in your brand's voice, and here are the hashtags. And I was like, shut the front door. I ain't dancing.
Because it's like you finally get to have a business conversation with somebody that you can really bounce ideas off of.
And don't
You can
turn the
talk
voice
about
on. You
because
can
you're damn
have
near
a
talking to yourself.
conversation with that shit. Like, you're my best friend. We dating now. Now we dating. So I'm just
You over there laughing on your phone and shit. Else like, what's over there?
I got a smooth talking brother on my AI. So it's just like it is a conversation, okay?
Yeah, Sean, yes. Sean, you gotta get on. Like I just use a regular old chat GPT joint on like what you sent me, but
With this on Google? I ain't never used it before. So
yeah,
what
just
is
I mean
like?
any AI app, like I said, I use the chat GPT joint. But it's you just type
ChatGPT has the voice one on your computer. If you do it through your computer, you can push this like look a little thing that looks like a like a
I
voicemail.
seen it. I just ain't never.
just
Listen,
just
you
just
missing
start
out.
just start tinkering with it, and it'll figure shit out, and y'all start building. It really is. It's
No
just
best friend. Look,
You be like, man,
yeah,
I done
because
made such and such money from this, man.
yo, it
now
is
Reese, you told me this
insane.
like 4 5 months ago, and now I use it randomly. And then one day, like I was like, man, I need some questions. And I Googled random flag football questions. Like, let me try this chat junk out. And the shit it was spitting out, yo, I was like, yo, I do this. I do this. Could you, these are the 5 questions that I usually ask. Could you give me something else? I was like, yo. And it's funny because, like I said, I enjoy creating content. Like, it is like, that's making it even more fun, yo.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, this shit, yeah, that shit, I'm my bad. I shouldn't have took that long.
I'm just saying. And Chauncey, like with art, like you can have the art and you can have the concept. Like if you go up to the ChatGPT, the fourth iteration.
Uh-huh.
I think that one might be the paid one. But you can put your image, you can upload your image there. I think they even give you like 4 free tries a day for the premium version. Upload an image and say, I want to make a Instagram post. Please provide the context and the hashtags that will allow for optimal view and push enter and then show what it gives you. And then you just
I be
post
thinking
the
all
fucking
day
thing.
how to figure it
Just
out. I be like, man, I be like, what am I gonna push? I be looking at other people's stuff, and I be like,
you don't
no,
need to
I'm
do
gonna
that
try
no
that
more.
out.
And the
Huh?
fact,
And
like,
even if you run out of uploads, you can just say, I have an image of XYZ of Michael Jordan. I painted this with acrylics. Please give me the what is it called when you want feedback? You want Jesus Christ. Um you want a dialogue from your customers. You want I can't think of the word, but you want them to actually
Engagement.
engagement. I want
Uh-huh.
customer engagement and appropriate hashtags and do it in my brand's voice. And you click that. You can't do brand's voice yet because you ain't been using it. Shame on you. But
Like, you
after
ain't
you
got no
use
brain.
it for a while, it's going to start talking like you because you're going to ask it random questions and it's going to start talking like you.
yeah,
Hey,
I love it. I
I'm about
love
to
it.
do that when we get off the
It's
gym.
a
I'm about to try
listen.
it out.
Listen,
You text me when it does it. Like when after I started playing with that joint, I was like, shit. I got
okay.
a task from my boss, and I was like, I ain't doing it. I'm throwing it in here. They asked me to do this, this, and this. Ingest this form, spit out the summary. Thank you. I'm gonna read it. Trust me, I don't trust nobody's work, not even AI's. I'm gonna
Yeah,
read it, but it's the web that I'm able to rapidly execute
yeah.
on demand.
Hey,
And it kind of challenges you. Like it makes you think outside the box a little bit. You know what I mean? Like it's clearing the clutter, so it's making more room for more precise thoughts. So like it's I fucks with it, yo. Like
And
I
even when it's not good, like something, it might produce something that's like, this is off. Can you revise this statement to meet this demographic? Revise this statement and make it so that it's comical. You know, change the tone. I want the tone to be comical. I want the tone to be serious. I want the tone to, you know, I want to reach a younger crowd. So it's really it's not something that is cheating. It's something that is thought provoking. It is something that is going to make you more efficient in your job. And it's something that's going to take a lot of people's jobs because it has this ability to rapid fire search. You can send it a website and say, um, or your website. If you have a website, you can post your website in there and say, I want to ensure that my page is SEO. Like I want to do my search engine optimization. What recommendations would you give me for this website? And it will spit out recommendations. Act as a contracting advisor. Tell me what I need to do for X, Y, and Z with these limitations. Put the limitations in there. I don't think people really tapped into it. I think people have their feelings about it, but they don't really see some of the beauty that it can be produced from its fields.
I mean, I'm feeling like this. Everything got pros and cons, but the reality is like, I mean, I don't like because of the fact that I feel like it's the way it's doing art. It's like it's grabbing from art and it's not paying the artist, right?
Oh, yeah.
But on the other hand, here's the thing. The reality is, this is reality. It's already here and it's not going away. It's like telling it's like the person with the horse and buggy telling the car, hey man, put that back on the shelf. It's not happening. You know what I'm saying? It's here. So you might as well just get ahead of it and use it, you know what I'm saying, to the best of your ability, because you're gonna be left in the wind. You know what I'm So I'm definitely thinking about, you know what I'm saying, use it in other ways, like the ways you're talking about. Like I can definitely use it for that. Like I'm not gonna use it to create art. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
'Cause,
absolutely
you
not.
know what I mean? But to
That's
create,
the
you know,
great
like
part.
like
Yeah.
a post, most definitely. I can definitely do, because I'd be like, man, Scratch Man, like, what should I put? I'd be like, I already created, you know what I'm saying, the artwork. Now I'm trying to figure out how to make the post. So if it can save me time on that, I can increase posts and start, you know, what I'm supposed to be doing anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm definitely gonna check that out though.
that's
So
what's up. That's what's
if
up.
you need help, you can get with me.
Well,
I
shit,
can.
like you
Yeah,
might need
I definitely
you might need to
that and that TikTok. I
yeah.
want to learn that TikTok.
Yeah, we might just pull up next week just for you to run the class, Lowry.
Yeah, you might have to teach the class, man, because you got my head
Well,
going on
take
that
some of the
TikTok stuff. I'm
classes
like,
on YouTube,
yo,
but
All
huh?
right, well look, that's what we're doing. Sean, you gonna look into Chat GPT, come back with a little review of that. I'm gonna look into the Instagram, I mean the TikTok store, before I was putting my clothing on there, open up a store on there. Um, I'm also Lowry, you leading class next week, so I don't want to give you
No,
no.
right?
Um, and I guess we'll see
You the professor now. Like,
but we'll see what episodes drop. If anything interesting drops before the next one, you know what I mean, we'll go from there. But as of now, yeah, we'll be in class next week.
yeah.
Mrs. Sosa.
Yeah, because I'm like, yo, the way she explained, I was like, oh, snap. I've been struggling on
But
this
like I said,
Instagram and Facebook.
we got we
You
gotta
telling me?
we gotta do a little bit of homework and come back to class actually doing something. Like you've had to work around with the app and kind of get some type of voice. And now I've gotta so we have some type of questions instead of what? You know what I mean?
Because I have seen where I posted something. I posted like this Kendrick Lamar jump, and I posted on Instagram, but then I posted it on TikTok, and like it was way more engagement on TikTok than it was on Instagram. I was like, dang,
Mm-hmm.
like I got like, I don't know, man, like I don't know how many on Instagram, but I was like, it was way more. I was like, I need to, and somebody told me before, you need to start messing with TikTok. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because they got the shop. But now hearing you explaining, that's just more confirmation. Like, yo, I need to really jump on that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that'll be it for today. Let's go with y'all.
All right.
This was a
That's what
very
it is.
insightful. I like this one.
What you say?
I say that'll be it for today. If that's cool with y'all, I
Oh
enjoyed it.
yeah.
This was very insightful.
Yeah, I enjoyed this. Yeah.
Okay, okay. We you know, what I mean, I'll send y'all the link when it's up, but that'll be that, y'all.
All right.
Okay.
I
So
appreciate
this for
y'all.
clarification, what we doing next week is we just learning how to do TikTok and Chat GPT. We not listening to we're not listening to BBE, or are
I
we doing both?
mean, they don't drop till Monday. You know what I mean? So like I said, I listen to podcasts all the time, so there is a chance I probably send y'all something. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? But if yourselves bump into something, go ahead and send it. But you know what I mean? We know what we're doing next week for sure is TikTok and Chat GPT.
Okay. All
And
right.
like I said, BEB, like I really hope that he do I really hope that he do drop the business plan one. Don't tell your sister, you know what I mean? I reached out to him, he said he's gonna do the joint. You know, your sister don't like me reaching out to people on Instagram and shit, you know. She said I'm weird for that shit, you know what I mean?
I mean, if listen, if you don't go for, I don't care what people think about me when I'm working for my business. If you don't say anything, if you don't put it out there, one, if you don't put it out there, or if you put it out there and they're too big, most likely it's going to either bounce back or they're not going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
I've had it where I've reached out to people, like there's those three tall sisters that are daughters of some basketball players, but they're big on Instagram. But if they're not following you, they're not even going to see your message. And so I will reach out sometimes, or I'll find their email address and I'll send them out. But what I've learned is you got to shoot your shot sometimes. And if they don't, I mean, fuck them. I mean, I mean, it's just like
Yeah.
you move on. You move on. It don't work, you move on. But closed mouths don't get fed.
And like
And
I've been speaking to dudes about 4 or 5 years now, just on random questions like that. You know what I mean? Book suggestions and shit like that. So to the point where I just asked you that, people like, oh wow, yeah, I'll make one. Like that's because I've been reaching out and having conversations with you for a little while. You know what I mean? But like you said, that'd be that. That's I mean that's the whole point of social media anyway. You know what I mean? You got to use it the correct way. You
yeah.
know, you gonna like a bunch of pictures or you gonna get some info and reach out to people. We'll see. But yeah, man, that'll be that.
Yeah.
All right,
All
love y'all.
right.